Hello everyone and welcome to my obstacle course here in Second Life. This is the floating island in the Empire State Campus, and today I'm going to give you a tour of my obstacle course. Okay, so here I am standing in the entrance here. We're going to start off right behind me is we've got a menu here which shows the cave entrance. It also tells you how to work the sign to the right here, which is a link to a YouTube video, which is a tutorial about how to walk and move around and use different keys. So what you would do is you'd see this menu pop up. You could first zoom in to get a better picture, and then you'd press Open URL in Browser, and that will open it up in another browser. So you can click the magnifying glass again to get out. And then what we're going to do is click on the door, and we can go ahead and come on in. The next section here is just about how to sit down on things. We have a sign here telling us that we can click on the chair and have a seat, which you see the chair icon come up, and when I do that, I can sit in there. If you notice, I have a whoopee cushion script in it, so you've got a nice little fart noise when you sit in it. And then just on the bottom here, you can click stand to get up. You could also, it tells you that you can right-click on most objects and sit there. So even on the ground or the wall, I can click sit here and I will sit down. Okay, now we can stand again, and the next stop is the trampoline. So the trampoline can be a little tricky, but let me walk you through it. All you have to do is click on it, and that's going to create a ball right in the center where you need to be. If you have more people, it'll get a little crowded and you won't be able to be centered right through the hole. So if we click on this, that'll get us jumping. It'll put us on a strange angle, but if we press the right or left arrows, that's going to help the camera angle. We can also hold forward, and that'll make us do a flip. If we hold page up, that's going to make us jump higher, which is what we want to do, because that's going to hit us into the ceiling, which knocks us off just enough so that we can get off on the second level. And now that I'm off to the side, I can press stand, and I am now on the second level. Okay, so up here's the green room. Again, we have more tutorials where we can look at some YouTube videos. Over here, we have a camera manipulation station. Okay, so in order to use this, what we're going to do is we're going to go in front of it. We're going to hold Alt, and this will put a magnifying glass on the cursor, which means that we're in camera mode. Now, if I click in the middle here, that will line the camera up with it, and I can press forward, and I can keep clicking and pressing forward, and that's going to zoom me right through it. And there's a bend in this, so we can keep on doing that, and that will take us through the bend. And this is just a little exercise. I have something at the bottom there, so if you continue to go through, you can find out what that is. Alright, there we are, on to the next thing. Alright, so the next spot here has a little hint here, riddle. It says one slide will make you smaller. Okay, and this is a reference to Alice in Wonderland. So if you notice, we cannot get through here. So what we're going to have to do is change our avatar. This is explained in the tutorial, but I will show you here also how to do that. We're going to go ahead under Appearance, this shirt here. And then I'm going to bring up a wrench. And then we're going to go to Body Parts. So under Body Parts, we'll go to this figure with the two people, the tall and short person here. I have it labeled tall, it might be labeled something else. Again, we go to the wrench to edit. And on the top here, we've got under Body, we have height. And right now I've got it all the way up to the tallest, so I'm going to go ahead and slide it down to the shortest. And I'm going to save as. You can save as whatever you'd like, short. I'm going to save it as Mini-Me. Okay. And then exit out. Okay, now that I'm short, I should be able to walk right on through. Yep, there we are. Go on through there. Next thing here, I can go ahead and put myself back the way I was. Okay, now that I'm tall again, we're going to continue on. Here we have a fireworks launcher. You can go ahead and click that. It goes up. Okay, and then we're going to move move on, follow the arrows to the next tutorial here in our shopping area. In the right hand side we have clothing for men, some suits, shoes, t-shirts, button-ups. On the left we have all sorts of things for women, shoes, dresses, pants, all sorts of things. You can review the tutorial, or you can review right here the changing directions, and that will tell you how to buy clothes, and they're all free, so feel free to browse the selection and see what you got, and it'll show you also how to load them on and attach them, and you can check yourself in the mirror afterwards. Okay, so moving on, we're going to go follow the arrow again, and we're going to wind on through to the snowboard slope. Okay, here we've got a little jump and a box to play on, another tutorial about how to use this, so you can go ahead and check that out. Here we have a snowboard. Unfortunately, you will not be able to use the snowboard, but I will have something so that you can buy it. It's only 50 linden if you want to do so. From there, you can put it on yourself, and you can come over here and feel free to play around with it. So if I go ahead and you can copy it to your inventory, or you can say copy and wear, which I'm going to do. Okay, so once you have a snowboard, you can go into your inventory, and you can go ahead and attach the snowboard and attach the HUD, which means that this comes up, which are the controls. For some reason it detaches the rest of your clothing, but for now just bear with it, and you can go ahead and play around with this. You can use these controls and click them and do little tricks. Spins, all sorts of things. So have a lot of fun with it. Just go ahead and try things out. From here, this is the changing room. So now that unfortunately your clothes are taken off, we're going to find out how to put them back on. So we're going to go ahead and go to the shirt. I'm going to go edit. Actually, what we want to do is we're going to see what we're wearing here. And here's the snowboard, so I can right click that and detach it. You can also right click on anything itself, such as this here, and you can go ahead and detach that as well. Okay, from there, then we're going to go into edit. We've got add more, and so under here is where I have my pants, got the shirt. I'm also going to go under attachments, and here I have things such as my hoodie, all sorts of different colored hats, and this gets a lot of things on here, so it's nice to make sure it's organized, and you can rename things to have it however you'd like. And just put my boots back on, and we should be all set. Okay, and then you can go ahead and exit out. So next we move on to the door, and click on that. Okay, and here, this projector here is for a photo shoot. So what we're going to do, we do have a sign here. We're going to get right up to it, and we're going to turn around. Okay, and look outward, and then hold down Alt for the camera, and turn around the camera using the arrows. And we can zoom in and out. Page up and page down while holding Alt will tilt the camera up and down. And once you have a good frame, you can go ahead and use a snapshot where there's the camera over here. You can also go to World and Snapshot or Control-Shift-S. And then we're going to just save it to the computer. And you can save it wherever you'd like to save it. And that's fine for me. And there we have a picture of Easter Island here. Alright, and that should change pictures too. So we'll have all sorts of them up. Next we have the Daring Jump of Doom. Now unfortunately these cars are not transferable, but again I will have an option to buy it. It's only 50 linden, which is very cheap, and you can have your own Ferrari. So I have two of them here, and you can copy, make as many as you want. You're going to right click on it and click on Row. Now start it up. We do have a way you can press page up and page down to shift gears, but but it goes really fast very quickly, so sometimes it's actually best to keep it in the first gear. So we're going to do that for now. I'm going to step on it by pressing forward, and off we go through the loop of fire. Yeehaw. And to get out, we'll just press stand. And the next spot we're going to go to is right over here to the science building. Doors left open. Okay. And straight ahead we have some chairs and a table that we can use for conferences. You can click on a chair to sit in it. Okay. And while you're in it, we have all sorts of different positions, and you can press page up and page down, and you turn around to change your positions. Different ways. We've got a round table here based off of King Arthur, so we can stand. And just to look around quickly, we have a couple things over here. So these two things right here, the one on the left isn't showing a picture, but you can still access it. This is a link to my website for advanced tutors, as well as the one to the right is the Facebook page. So you can feel free to access those. I'll have other additional materials I'll put along the walls, and all sorts of other things to do. So that's about it. This is going to be a growing project that's still always going to be adding new things, and if anyone has any suggestions or would like to know how to get involved, please just let me know. And thank you again very much for your interest, and I'll see you soon in the virtual world.